Budget 2023 has brought a lot of relief for the individual taxpayers. So there are a lot of proposals from the finance minister on the personal tax front. The budget is clearly a growth-focused budget which has provided more spendable income in the hands of the individuals. One of the agenda of the government that we've been hearing was to how to promote the new concessional tax regime which was brought in by the government in 2020 and saw very less takers over the last few years. So the finance minister has definitely done a lot to make this regime more attractive, starting right from the fact that the slabs have been reduced from 6 slabs to 5 slabs. Their slabs have been rationalized. Rebate, which was earlier provided for income up to 5 lakhs, which meant that up to 5 lakh rupees of taxable income, there was no taxes. Now this limit has been increased to 7 lakhs. Then the standard deduction, which was not earlier provided under the new tax regime, has been provided under the new tax regime in par with people who continue to opt for the old tax regime. So another benefit that the government has proposed in this budget is with respect to exemption of leave encashment. Under the current law, the limit of our leave encashment exemption is 3 lakh rupees. The government has proposed that limit will be increased to a whopping sum of 25 lakhs. So that is going to be a big relief for people who are entitled to leave encashment in the non-government sector. When they retire, up to 25 lakh rupees of leave encashment will be considered as exempt. Also, as individuals, we are one of the countries where the maximum marginal rate has been the highest, which is 42.74%, because of the highest surcharge being at 37%. Now that surcharge has been brought down to 25%, which means that if somebody is opting for a concessional tax regime, the new tax regime, then the maximum surcharge would be 25% and the maximum marginal rate of tax would be 39%. What happens to the old tax regime? The old tax regime definitely continues, and people with who have exemptions or deductions of 4,25,000 and above, and this includes standard deductions in the higher income categories, they probably will still be they will save more taxes, or they will have lesser taxes under old tax regime. But for the middle income group, definitely the new tax regime will continue to be more beneficial. Let's take an example of somebody who's earning, say, income up to 10 lakh rupees. So in all likelihood, that person will benefit more in the new tax regime as compared to old tax regime. It's only if the income crosses 15 lakh 50,000 and if the exemptions and deductions are more than 4 lakh 25,000 for the individual, will the old tax regime be more beneficial. So the person has an option to opt for old tax regime or new tax regime, and this is for salaried individuals once in a financial year. So supposing when they give declaration and investment proofs or give an option to their employer and they decided to consider old tax regime, they have an option of changing to new tax regime at the time of filing of tax return or vice versa. So this option is available once every financial year. So one can weigh the pros and cons of both the regime and decide what is more beneficial to them.